Welcome, humans. How's it going? And we're back with honestly a movie that's really stole the evening. We're talking about Flow today. Came out in 2024. It was really hard to watch until it was finally set up online for everybody, and then I forgot about it, and then I just saw it again. And the verdict is, wow, wow! It is a beautiful movie. It is a little bit biased because it does the one thing that I always love, which is no speech. We follow a cat, an alpaca, a nursery bird, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. Please let me know down below. A lemur, and a good boy doggo, which I think it's a golden retriever and a pack of dogs, and other characters too. And we follow their little adventure of this world that looks gorgeous, by the way, but it's flooding. Something's going on. Something happened. I don't know if it's a post-apocalyptic world or something, but there's no humans. It's just the animals. It's their story, and we see the cat come into their little situation of kind of hating everybody. It's a cat being a cat, but we see them having to do their choices of getting out to survive. Everything's flooded. Their home is flooded. They miss their owner, it looks like. So something happened. We don't know what it is. They meet up the dog a few times. The dog's a bit, it's a golden retriever. They're excited. They're hyper as hell. So the cat is not happy. But we see them having to make the choice of jumping into a boat, which there's an alpaca. Or no, it's a capybara, I think. I'm so bad with animals, man. But it's that big old fur ball that's just quiet, which is funny because random side note, they don't make a lot of noises. I didn't know this, but the voices, I guess you could say the voice lines for this creature is a baby camel, I think, or a camel. So that's what that is. So if you guys are gonna be anal and like that's not what he sounds like or they sound like, that's what they had to do. Which, by the way, the cat noises, obviously from a cat, same thing with the bird, the lemur, and the dog. It does really good to capture your ear, and it's one of the big benefits of the movie where you kind of get lost in the sauce. You get lost in the quote unquote dialogue and the sound design, the background music, what's going on with the flooding, the fish, the whales that, oh, they're gorgeous. And yeah, they're like mutated whales. So again, this is a whole different world, by the way. Oh, it's such an eye grab. It's beautiful. And there's a lot of shots that can be screenshots, by the way, or wallpaper backgrounds, you name it. It's a fantastic looking movie. And oh, back to the story. They get in the boat, the alpaca and the cat kind of make do, and as they go along in this little journey, they make friends with the dog, they make friends with the lemur, who's a bit of a hoarder. The dog is a good boy doggo, so that's their whole little schmick. Until later on, they meet the bird, which the bird gets injured defending the cat. It's really sad to see, really brutal. That fight scene with the birds and fighting their leader, oh, it's a bit rough. Kind of messed up scene, and just the thing that you always hear is it's not about the journey, it's about the friends you make along the way. This movie hits home in that particularly well, where we see the cat, we see the lemur, the alpaca, and the bird, even the dog. They all become a family. They become friends, and we see that kind of tested throughout the film, where the bird wishes to go back to their flock. The dog wishes to go back to his buddies, which, by the way, they're all assholes. They're kind of rough and tough, and they make chaos, if you will. They're not the greatest bunch. But the alpaca and the cat, they just stay together. And even the lemur, although they leave a few times and they have to make the choice to come back or they get shunned again, they always come back together. And it's really heartwarming because there are situations in the movie where, granted, it gets a little weird because there's a scene later on, which is, yeah, spoilers, I know, sorry. The bird gives itself up to like the sky. So I don't know if this is like a sacrifice thing or something of the sort, but as soon as the bird does that, the tides start to go away and the earth cracks open and there's a fissure and the water drains, and where they're at, the water's back to normal. The forest comes back. And there's some touching moments. There we go. I don't want to spoil everything, so I won't say everything, but there are some very nice touching moments where even after everything that they've been through, they have a big fight before, by the way, where they're going through this underwater city, which it looks like Italy. Beautiful scene, by the way. The whale comes up. They're like in shock and awe, and they're fighting for the ball. It's like a glass ball from the cat's house from the beginning of the movie. and they're trying to fight to go get it. The lemur's freaking out. The dog is crying because he wants his ball, and the bird who's controlling the raft, the boat, they don't want to go. They're like, no, I don't want to. I'm keeping the boat going properly. And they have like a family feud, so it's funny because it just reminds you of people. It reminds you how we do the same thing where we argue for dumb things, where the lemur just wants the ball, but Doggo wants the ball because he has fun with it, and the lemur is like I guess you could say the dad here. Like, I swear, if you guys say one more thing, I'll turn this truck around. It just reminds you of that. Until they have their mishap and things hit the wall, and there's a little bit of a tussle, if you will, but they pull through. And the beauty of this film, which is funny because if you just give it a quick thought, it's Flow. And it's about a movie where the water is just taking the world over. So the world is flooding and it's called Flow, and you have to go with the flow. And it's just kind of a bit on the nose, but the fact that you can follow the story, have a complete literally a random group of people, animals, and they become a family, they become friends. And even we have one, I guess you could say, sacrifice themselves to bring back the peace. Again, that part is very confusing for me. If you guys know that scene a bit more than me, I'm happy to talk about that. Let me know down below. But after that, it's like, what would you give up for your friends, at the same time? Yes, we make friends along our way where we grow up, we make new friend groups, they come and go. Like the dog and the lemur, they have their friends group, right? But they leave them for the new group that they've made, the new group, the new peeps. So that's like they're buddies now, They're the new family. They're the tight knit now. Just makes you think a little bit of, sometimes it's better to grow up a little bit and you make a new group of friends, or you double down on the friend that you already have, the ones that are there for the heavy stuff. They've helped you pull through. Again, and this is just me going off of the movie because the movie doesn't tell you anything. You watch this, you listen to this, and you see them go through their journey where we feel for these characters. And they're dogs, they're cats, they're an alpaca, they're a nursery bird. I know I'm gonna get roasted because I don't know the name. I'm sorry. It's when it's done properly like this that you can just say, wow, that was beautiful. A movie with no words, just following these animals, following this weird adventure, just seeing it become way more, where it kind of makes you think, I'm happy to make my new friends, I'm happy in my new friends group, or I'm happy that I've had the friends that I've made since I was like 10 years old, XYZ. And they're there for you. And you're there for them. And it reminds you sometimes you guys are just dumbheads and you butt heads, and that's fine. But you have your people, you have your friends. So Flow is a fantastic movie for that. Although one thing I do gotta nitpick is there are some animation problems where you can tell the cat looks a little bit off, and I don't know about the rest, but when I saw obviously when you watch the movie, you look at the character models because it's just the character face and the animal, of course. To me, everything looked pretty good. The whale, the dog, alpaca, bird, the lemur, everything looked pretty solid to me. Nothing seemed really off. Although there's one thing is, I know I'm not a filmmaker or a movie maker or an animator by any means of the word, but I did know that when there's problems and there's a lot of error or things that couldn't be smoothed out, they do a trick where they do like a camera lens or like a sun lens, if you will, and it blurs out and it kind of you don't see those problems, because again, this is a $4 million movie, and I found out it's like a team of like 10, 13 people. So that's already insane. Think about that for a second. So yeah, there might be some more errors. I might not know everything, but I know that much. So let me know down below if that sounds about right. Maybe I'm missing something, but there might be more errors, but I can give them a pass personally because again, a team of 13 people, a $4 million budget, and they had to basically pull it out of their ass. I gotta give them credit. I really do. And again, the film is very bittersweet at the end, man. it makes you think about it and appreciate that. Yes, I'm happy that I have people to call genuine friends and family. So it's really awesome. I'm kind of disappointed that it took me so long to watch this movie. Yeah. So I know if you haven't seen it, go watch Flow. Beautiful, solid 9 out of 10 for me. Great animation for what the budget is. Beautiful sound design, sound effects as well. Just very damn good. So go give it a watch. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good evening. And yeah, I'll catch up on my movies. Take care, you.